Diane Striegel. I'm a CT tech. When you say you're a CT tech, most people say, what's that? And then you say, I'm a CAT scan tech, and they say, oh, I know what that is. I started at EvergreenHealth 30 years ago. It started off being a very small little community hospital, and I liked that. I liked the fact that you could walk down the hall and say hi to people and know who they were, and we've gotten quite a bit bigger, but I still find that we have that very friendly atmosphere. I have people that I've worked with, we've worked together for so many years that we're like family. I'm married and I have 2 children. I have a boy and he's 25 and a girl that's 23. I like having children that are Washington natives even though I'm a transplant. Here at EvergreenHealth, we take really good care of our patients. I just feel that that's our culture here, is to care about the people in our community. We're here to care, and I believe we all really do care.
My name's Cassidy, and I have been here at Evergreen now for 40 years. I was hired on April 8th, 1976. The nurses some still wore caps and dresses, and they were all starched up. So in that respect, it was a little bit more formal. The team that I work with, great team, absolutely. Everyone's focused on the goal at hand, which is getting these kids home to be with their parents. Most of the people I've worked with are just so dedicated, so professional, so competent, especially my department, my RT department. We have a culture of care that's been going on for 40 years, and I can say that I bear witness to that, yeah. So here I am at the end of this 40-year journey. I really feel like I've had a career where I made a difference. One of the things that I think that's made it possible for me to do this as long as I have is that I always felt like when you're here that you can give as close to 100% as you can, so that you can go home every day and be proud of what you've done.
I'm Joann Chuck. I work in the medical staff office, and I've been here at EvergreenHealth for 30 years. When I started working at Evergreen General Hospital, it was finally a 4-story building, and I parked my car essentially where my desk now sits. In the cafeteria, there were long tables and everybody sat together, so it had a real personal feel that we really haven't lost that personal feel, but it's changed. I mean, it is a big institution now. And while we've done that growth, the care to the patient has stayed the primary focus. And so we all focus on how do we make that patient encounter the best it can be. In our office, we credential providers, physicians, PAs, ARNPs, and I personally work with the physicians on doing their own peer review and quality reviews. There's been a lot of questions as to why I lasted so long, and what keeps me doing it is working with the physicians who are so dedicated to making sure that the care provided to patients is the best care possible. And that's why I do it.
I am Tammy Denby. I have worked at EvergreenHealth for 30 years, and I have been in the Family Attorney Center that whole time. The people I work with are amazing people. We are like a family. Stand up to what we say. We want every life we touch to be a special experience, and I think one of the reasons why EvergreenHealth does so well is because people want to be here, to have nurses that actually care and help you through any kind of hospitalization situation that you may have. I work in a family-oriented place, and it's just a great place to work. I always tell people, if you have to have a job, this is the one to have. Being with parents, their families, and being a part of their experience is very satisfying. Once I hit labor and delivery, it's like, this is my niche. I don't want to ever go back, and I obviously have lived up to that because I'm still here and going strong.
I am Carole Sale. I work at Evergreen Surgical Center, and I've been there for over 30 years. I've been an OR nurse. I've worked part-time and per diem, and I've also been the OR manager there for 9 years of my time of the 30 years. When I first arrived here at Evergreen, we were across the street at where the HR department is now, but then Evergreen started to expand all over. We moved from the shoebox as a surgery center into the palace, and all of us were exhausted at the end of the day from running from end to end. I have 2 children. I have a boy and a girl, and I have 1 granddaughter, and she is 7. My husband was an FBI agent. Being both of us sort of semi-retired at this point, we enjoy each other's company, and now we've been traveling. We just took a road trip. Evergreen Health is, personally, this is my own opinion, is the best place to work around here. And I've always just felt everybody just gave such excellent care, not just in my department, because I know they did there, but in other departments too. My number one priority when I come to work every day is to do excellent patient care, which I feel that we do at our facility. I generally have always worked places I've enjoyed, but this place I think has been the best. I enjoy it. Otherwise, I guess that per diem now is getting as old as I am, I would have probably left.
My name is Gary Potter. I've been working here at Evergreen Health for almost 31 years. I started in March 10th of 1986. Been married for 40 years to my wife, Chris, and have a son and 2 grandchildren. So I work in the cardiac cath lab and interventional radiology. I've seen Evergreen change over the course of the years as we grew and needed to do more. I was able to help design 2 new labs. Most of us have worked here for over 14 years. It's a testimony to the friendship that we truly have, the dedication of working together for good outcomes. I know everybody has a gift, and I often wonder what my gift was. I think what I do is I mix humor with compassion. My motive is to make sure everything comes out as positive as I can. I mean, that's why I like my job.
My name is Elizabeth Minetti, and I have worked here at Evergreen Health for 40 years. I started in December of 1976. When I first started working here at Evergreen General Hospital, you could park right in the front and walk in and be in your department in less than a minute. You could just drive right up to the front, park your car and walk in, and you were there. Those days are long gone. My very first day of work, I called in sick because I was sick, and I was sure that they would never want me back, and here I am 40 years later still here. I am currently working in Evergreen Surgical Center, mainly in the recovery room. We do have a fair amount of patients that come back on a repeat basis, and we hear continually how wonderful we are, what a wonderful place it is. I absolutely think I chose the right career. I have never been sorry, never. A lot of it is, caring for patients, of course, but there's a lot of camaraderie of working with other nurses. That's been a great joy. I like caring for people, helping people feel better.
I'm Tammi McKeever. I've been here at Evergreen Health for 30 years as a registered nurse. Been in several different departments, worked mostly with patient care, direct patient care. Recently, I've been working for the last, about 3 years in recovery room and pre-op. I've been at Evergreen longer than I've done anything else almost in my life. I mean, I've been married longer, I've known my family longer, but other than that, it's been a part of my life for my childbirths of my children, for some very significant health problems with my husband, for taking care of patients for more than half my life. It's just been me. There's so many special things and so many special people that work here. It's amazing. And I'm a nurse, but I'm also a patient, a wife of a patient. So I've seen a lot. My husband's almost died like 3 times and Evergreen saved his life. So I've seen how important everybody is that has made Evergreen in my heart forever.
I'm Jerry Lee, and I work in the Progressive Care Unit, and I've been at Evergreen Health for 30 years now. The first time I ever went into a hospital, Mother had just had a baby, and my little sister. But I still remember to this day the experience of walking into the lobby of that hospital, and something just came over me, and I didn't know what it was, but I loved that feeling. And I just felt like this is where I belong. So I've always looked back on that and felt like nursing was a calling to me. And I've never regretted it. I've always felt, my whole career, I've always felt like I'm where I want to be, doing what I want to be doing. I try to look at my patients when I go in as if this was my mother or my father. If you look at them through loving eyes, they feel it. I think the most important thing is that they trust us, that we are experts at what we're doing, that they feel safe and would be able to say, I'm really glad I came to Evergreen.